Matt Damon has made headlines recently due to his perceived negative image. Interestingly, his fellow actor and close collaborator Ben Affleck has spoken out about the situation. Affleck claims that there might have been external pressures from industry higher-ups that compelled Manon to pursue fame. But why? Well, it seems like the reasons behind this alleged coercion are known to Affleck himself.
Survivors are finding their voice, and people are sort of like, and I include myself in this, really discovering the terrible extent of this problem.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have collaborated on multiple projects with Harvey Weinstein. In the past, Affleck publicly commended Weinstein for his involvement in their work together. During the 1997 Oscars, when Affleck won an award for Good Will Hunting, he expressed gratitude, saying, "Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie." However, some observers noted that he appeared somewhat nervous during his acceptance speech.
To thank Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie, Gus Van Sant for brilliant direction.
However, when time passed and Harvey's true face was revealed to the world, he released a statement on his Facebook account saying that he was saddened and angry that a man he once worked with took advantage of his power to intimidate, sexually harass, and manipulate many women over decades. "The additional allegations of assault that I read this morning made me sick," Affleck added. Affleck continued to say that he's asking himself what he can do to make sure this doesn't happen to others. "We must support those who come forward, condemn this type of behavior when we see it, and help ensure there are more women in positions of power," Affleck concluded. And some people also believe that Ben was on Harvey's red flag list, pointing toward suspicious actions. Before the release of explosive reports that catalyzed the #MeToo movement and ultimately contributed to the downfall of the former movie mogul, Harvey Weinstein maintained a list of individuals he was apprehensive might speak to journalists in 2017 about his interactions with women. Ben Affleck's name was among those listed in this document, commonly referred to as the red flag list, a detail corroborated by Variety upon review.
If you're seeing it this prevalent, in this industry, it must extend into, finance and tech and all these other places, and it's really disturbing. And
reportedly, this list was just one component of approximately 1,000 pages of documents that were unsealed at the New York City criminal courthouse prior to Harvey Weinstein's sentencing. During Weinstein's 7-week trial, this document was mentioned, but only the name of accuser Annabella Sciorra was disclosed as being on the list. The lead prosecutor sought to present the entire list, which included both male and female names, to the jury for their examination. However, the judge ultimately denied this request. There is speculation among some individuals that if Ben Affleck's name appeared on the list, Matt Damon's name might have been included as well. This speculation arises from the belief that Matt Damon could have also been a victim of Harvey Weinstein and potentially had some negative experiences with him, considering that Ben had already shared his own experiences involving Harvey Weinstein. Affleck said the experiences he had creating his early works with Weinstein are now tainted because while we were making these movies, there were people who were suffering. He reiterated his aim to donate any residual income he earns from Weinstein's films to organizations such as RAINN and Film Independent. And Joe Rogan has also pointed out Harvey's more suspicious actions. As he delved deeper into the complex world of Tinseltown, he illuminated some intriguing connections and interactions that have sparked widespread speculation and conversation.
He apparently hugged a woman and his hand went down her back. This is the depiction.
One of the most significant revelations dropped by Rogan was the purported participation of male actors, notably the prominent figure Matt Damon, in activities that extend beyond mere professional networking. According to Rogan, these actors, driven by their ambitions for stardom, might have ventured into unconventional avenues to achieve their goals.
It's just he had it set up where this was how you got by. This is how you made movies. This is how you want to be famous.
In that particular podcast episode, Joe Rogan delved into the profoundly disturbing and contentious revelations surrounding Harvey Weinstein and the pervasive culture of E that appears to exist within the entertainment industry.
He would give them so they were happy. So they would get all this treatment, and then they had to spend some alone time with him every now and then.
The downfall of Harvey Weinstein marked a pivotal moment in the entertainment industry. One of the most unsettling aspects of Weinstein's alleged actions, as explored by Rogan, was his sinister modus operandi. According to Whitney Cummings, A prominent comedian and actress, Weinstein exhibited a deeply troubling pattern of behavior. He would purportedly entice young and aspiring actors with extravagant promises, but these promises were accompanied by horrifying conditions.
They wanted to work. See, the thing about Harvey is, apparently, this is Whitney Cummings' take on it. She said he would actually give them the things he would tell them he would give them.
At the heart of Weinstein's manipulation, as outlined by Rogan, was a deeply disturbing quid pro quo scenario. Allegedly, he would tell these aspiring actors that if they engaged in sex with him, they would be granted the coveted opportunity to become stars in his movies. However, once an actor had complied with his demands, they found themselves subjected to further and abuse. Ben also said, "I knew Weinstein was sleazy and kind of a bully, but unfortunately, that wasn't that uncommon." He explained that as a 24-year-old newcomer to Hollywood who had never made a movie. Furthermore, Rogan brought to light that Weinstein would lavish these individuals with attention and privileges, effectively maintaining control over them. However, this extravagant treatment came at a significant price, as Weinstein expected these actors to engage in even more intimate and private interactions with him. This created a chilling cycle of manipulation and that left these actors feeling trapped and powerless in the situation.
Other people were going through something really ugly and disturbing and difficult and terrible and terrifying, and while that was happening, it's kind of, I don't know.
Additionally, to maintain the illusion of genuine affection, Rogan claimed that Weinstein would encourage these actors to send him affectionate and even romantic emails. These messages, at first glance, appeared to reflect a loving and consensual relationship. However, beneath the surface, many of these actors harbored deep-seated resentment towards Weinstein for the compromising situations they had been forced into.
So they would send him emails, lovey-dovey emails, but really they hated him. And that's when all this came out. He didn't even see it coming because he thought that they loved him.
Actors like Matt Damon found themselves in a difficult position, as they lacked the influence to openly address Harvey's disturbing actions, ultimately becoming victims of Harvey's misconduct. When Ben and Matt expressed admiration for Harvey, they faced significant criticism. However, it is important to note that they were unaware of Harvey's involvement in such activities, and even if they had some knowledge, they may not have had the necessary power to take action.
I didn't work with him again after that, but I was there kind of that was the height of his power, and that was his legend. That was his whole kind of MO. Like, you know, could you survive a meeting with Harvey?
But at one point, Matt's patience finished and he fell a bombshell on the audience. Matt Damon disclosed that he became aware of Harvey Weinstein's alleged SH of Gwyneth Paltrow through a conversation with his friend Ben Affleck. He said that he knew the Gwyneth story, but never talked about it with her during production on The Talented Mr. Ripley, a Weinstein production. But Ben had told me about it. At that point, Harvey was incredibly respectful of her always. Asked if there was some part of you that wished you had called him out, Damon said, "I don't know what I would have done. I heard from Ben, who heard from Gwyneth, that this happened. I don't know how that would have happened. I never saw anything in front of me." I mean, look, he was a bully. He was intimidating. That was part of who he was. I've been reading these stories because I'm racking my brain. Did I see something? Did I know something? Is there something I could have done? Netizens came forward and supported Rogan's narrative. One of them wrote, "The Hollyweird creatures are a prime example of the sleaze behavior that these actors will use to promote themselves. Once you take a knee or both, for a job you can never look in the mirror and see the same person ever again. Great job, Joe R." Another one added, "It isn't any one specific person. This is the way it has always been for almost every single celebrity you have ever heard of and known. Same case for most pop music artists, rappers too. The whole industry is F." Following his earlier comments about SH, Matt Damon suddenly issued an apology for his unpopular opinions on the matter. The actor made this apology during an interview on Today, where the conversation shifted towards Damon's controversial remarks while he was promoting his water.org Super Bowl commercial, raising the eyebrows of many people. One person wrote, "I always wondered where the hell Damon and his buddy Affleck came from. They literally came out of nowhere and became stars overnight. Now that I think of it, these clowns were on Oprah quite a bit too." Furthermore, Matt Damon faced criticism from actresses like his Good Will Hunting co-star Minnie Driver. During this episode, he had articulated his belief that not all allegations of SM should be grouped into the same category. He suggested that the punishment should be proportionate to the offense, implying that different individuals should not necessarily face identical consequences for SM allegations.
I do believe that
there's a spectrum of behavior, right? And we're gonna have to figure out like what, you know.
However, some people also believe that he was forced by the higher-ups to make these comments because it might take his life. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.